Hello, welcome to CKE 10,000's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my deck profile for my Prisma Illya Weiss Schwarz DX deck. So, first off, we'll start with the zeros. I run 18 zeros, I believe, and I run 2 copies of Kaleido Magical Girl Miyu, which is the brainstormer for the deck. It's pay 1 stock, tap 2 of your characters, and for each climax revealed, I can draw up to 1 card. And it has a continuous ability which is giving 500 power to the middle position character in your center stage. 2 copies. Playing 2 copies of my other back line, which is Rin in uniform. Essentially, it has an activated ability which is pay 1 stock and choose one of your Illya characters, and it becomes a level reverser. And then it has a revenge trigger, which is when your other character in battle becomes reversed, you can choose one of your characters and give it 1000 power. I'm running 2 copies of Necessity Illya, which is when it is put into the waiting room, you can pay 1, pitch a card, and tutor a magic character in your deck. And it has another ability. The auto is when it's placed onto the stage, you can look at the top card of your deck and put it on top or bottom, basically scribe one. And then I run 3 copies of the Runner, which is Temporary Retreat Kuro. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. If it's a magic character, you can move this card to an open position on the center stage. I run 3 copies of Sweet's Battle Outbreak Kuro, which essentially gives you card advantage. When this card battle poem becomes reversed, you can pay 1, take a hit. If you do, you can salvage a magic character or Shiro character. Then I run 3 level 0 reversers, which is Luvia In Regular close. And 3 copies of Prisma Illya, which is a great first turn play if you're going first, because you'll have 6 cards when you draw for turn, and when you clock, you'll get 7, and then when you play this, you'll still have 6, and it'll gain a continuous 1500 power, being a 4k power character on first turn. And then at level 1s, I believe I am currently running 14 grade 1 level 1s. So I'm running 1 copy of Domineering Princess Luvia. It's a level 1 reverser, just my Tekken. 1 copy of Illya and Pajamas. It's 1/1. When it comes onto the field, it gets minus 1500 power, and it has a second ability, which is Encore. So when you first place this card, this will be like 1/1 5500, but on your opponent's turn, it'll be 1/1 7k again. And then from then on, you can just Encore it, and it'll continuously have 7k power. And then 2 copies of Guided Fate Illya. So it's an activate. When you pay the cost, which is putting a magic character from your hand into your waiting room, you can reveal the top card. If the top card is a level 0, you can attack your opponent's back stage character instead. So this card is meh, because you could pay the cost and it could whiff, and then you just minus yourself 1, right? But you can attack very useful backlines like Brainstormers, or against anti-salvage cards. I'm running 2 copies of Ties That Bind Miyu. When another of your characters with Illya and its card name is frontal attacked, you can put this into the waiting room and give that character 1500 power. And it also has on play, you bond with Usual Scenery Illya, which is a level 3 card, which I'll talk about later. I run 2 copies of Perfect Superhuman Miyu. When this card attacks, if a blue climax is in your climax area, you can draw a card and then pitch a card. So it's not card advantage, it's just card quality filtering your hand. Then I'm running 3 copies of A Maid's Job Rin. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, take the top card of your deck and put in your clock, so take a damage basically. If you do, choose a jewel character in your waiting room and return it to your hand, and then this card gets plus 1500 power. So this becomes a 6500, and you got a card from your ring into your hand. So it's a very useful card. Then I run 3 copies of Coincidence Miyu. The first ability is Experience ability, and if the total level of the cards in your level area is 2 or higher, this gets X power. X is equal to 1000 multiplied by the level of the character facing this card. Essentially, that doesn't really go really well always, because this deck primarily runs a lot of level 1s and 0s, barely any level 2s. And the main reason I use this card is because of the second ability, the Encore. It also has a deck Encore, so when this is reversed, you can just put the top card of your deck into your clock, and then it'll come back. And the base power is 4500 power. And then for level 2s, I run 2 level 2s. One is Big Bath at Luvia's Mansion Miyu, and the other is Realistic Miyu. This one has deck Encore, first ability, and change into Kaleidoscope Miyu. And this Luvia's Mansion Miyu is a deck refresher. So when this card is placed on stage from your hand, if your deck has 5 or less cards, you can return all the cards in your waiting room and into your deck, and then reshuffle, and then choose one of your characters and give it 3000 power until end of your opponent's next turn. So these are techie cards. I run 1 copy of Usual Scenery Illya, and my level 3s, I believe I'm running 8 in total. First ability is when this card is placed on stage, you can look at the top 6 cards of your deck, choose 3 of them, put them into the waiting room, and then the rest go on top of your deck in any order. So basically you can stack it. And then the secondary ability is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, pitch a card, and then if you do, you can heal 1, and this card gets 1k power until end of turn. And then I'm running 3 copies of Kaleidoscope Miyu, which is one of your combo pieces at level 3. And I'm running 4 copies of Kaleidoscope Illya, which is another combo piece for your level 3 game. And for climaxes, of course, I run 8. I run 4 copies of Yearning for Summer Vacation, which is the salvage icon. And then I run 4 copies of Class Card Saber, which is your final piece for your level 3 Climax combo, which is the Climax salvage on trigger. And essentially for the level 3 game, you would usually try to play at least 2 of these on the field. And then when these are placed on the field, you draw 2 cards and pitch 1 card. And your Climax combo requires at least 1 Miyu on the field. And that gets to look at the top card, up to top 5 of your cards of your deck if you have 5 magic characters on the field. So it gets to look at the top card of your deck for each magic character on the field when it's played. And essentially, when you play the Climax card during your Climax phase, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a level 1 or lower, you can pitch a copy of Class Card Saber from your hand into your waiting room and give each character deal 1 damage to your opponent on attack. So it's essentially you want 3 of these in your hand. Usually, it's really bad to have Climax cards in hand, but in this deck, in this case, it's actually really good. So when you play Class Card Saber for a Climax phase, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a level 1, you can pitch a copy of the Climax card into your waiting room and give each character deal 1 damage to attack, and then do it again for the next one. So level 1, pitch, deal 1 damage. And all these instances are separate. It's not deal 1, 2, it's deal 1, 1 for each character. So it's attack, deal 1 damage, 1 damage, then trigger for attack, 3 soul, and then again attack, deal 1 damage, check, and then attack for your final attack, deal 1 damage, trigger check, 3 soul. And then if you get the full combo going, it's essentially 12 attacks in 1 turn. Then that's kind of the deck. It's very gimmicky. The consistency is there to pull it off once for sure, but if you want to go full combo, it rarely happens. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video.